Our delegates have started to arrive. The first buses from the Western Cape and some of the further provinces left at about midday yesterday, so we're really excited as we actually feel the excitement building up and the sense that it's finally arrived. There will be nearly 2,000 delegates that will be attending from all around the country. It's important to note that we are not having a Congress comprised only of public representatives. Our Constitution specifies that at least 45% of our delegates must in fact be non-public representatives. And that gives us an opportunity to make sure that the authentic voice of South Africa is in fact represented at our Congress. The delegates are chosen on a fairly complex formula. They are voted for in their branches, as I've said, audited, and a list of delegates from every branch will go through, and then we rank them, including one of the criteria being, is this branch in an area that isn't controlled by the DA? So it might, for example, be another party's branch, another party's ward in the last national elections, or more importantly, in the last local government elections. And if that's the case, then that branch gets extra points, and all the branches are ranked. And that way we make sure that we have a mix of people from urban areas, we have people from rural areas, but importantly, not only will we be representing the people that actually vote for us, but also the people that we very much like to vote for us in the future. And that branch component, by incentivizing formation of branches in wards that are held currently by other parties, will give us that. As Siva said, we believe this Congress is very important because with the opinion polls constantly reflecting the ruling party under 40%, very often, as happened in Rapport and has happened in the Social Research Foundation polling, which indicated that the DA has now taken over and has overtaken the ANC in urban areas, we could very well be electing the President of the country at this Congress this weekend. Thank you for those questions. To address the first question about the integrity of the voting system. So what we are going to be using on Sunday to conduct our leadership elections is a system called OpenVote. It is an electronic voting system which confers a number of advantages. First of all, it's very fast. The possibility of human error on a manual system when you have to capture 21,050 entries, because that's the number of entries we will have when you take into account all the elections we have, manually trying to capture and count all of that, human error will creep in after tiredness, after many hours. This will be done literally in seconds. So we use OpenVote, and we have been using OpenVote for the last 3 or 4 years. We've used it in previous federal congresses. We've used it as recently as in the Eastern Cape at a provincial congress. It's been used in other congresses, and indeed it's been used in various caucuses around the country to conduct elections, including the city of Johannesburg. So we believe it's a proven system within the DA. It's been used for a number of years, as I said. In all those years, we have never once had a query or dispute about the integrity of the system and the secrecy of the ballot. Before we even began to use OpenVote in 2020, we were in contact with the CEO of that particular company, and we received sufficiently solid reassurances that none of the issues that might plague other systems actually could be found in OpenVote. And that, I don't think most of the delegates are right. To be quite honest with you, I haven't done a racial head count looking through the full list of delegates, because that's not what we do in the Democratic Alliance. We judge people on the content of the character, not on the colour of their skin. But you will see the delegates there yourselves on Saturday and Sunday, and I think you're going to find it's going to be the most diverse Congress in our history. Everybody of all shapes, sizes, colour, religion, whatever, will be there.
Of the vetting of the candidates. So Ms. Penyani withdrew from 3 positions, as you may well know, and I want to just categorically state that she was not forced to withdraw from those positions. She withdrew from those positions voluntarily because she felt that the current incumbents were doing a good job in the positions, and she didn't feel the need to contest for those positions. And According to our knowledge as presiding officers, she has no criminal record that we're aware of. In other words, we've not had sight of a document that proves or confirms that she indeed has a criminal record. And as many of you in this room will know, the case with her employer is still pending and hasn't been finalized. So until such a time, we have confirmation of the fact that she has a criminal record, or she doesn't, then, and until such a time that we know the outcome of the case with the employer, she remains a candidate and she is contesting